Good morning, and welcome to Unity of Bellevue's online celebration service. I'm so grateful you're joining us this morning. My name is Susan Neidig, and I'm one of the prayer chaplains here at Unity of Bellevue. Our beloved Reverend Marla cannot be with us this morning. Her mother, Noreen, made her transition early yesterday morning. We pray for and affirm that Reverend Marla and her family are supported in God's love and find ease and grace in this time of grief. Here at Unity, we're about waking up. We're about expressing God's love through us and as us. Even as we are all separated in time and space, we are one with each other and one with God. There is no separate, no other. There is only one. Our theme this month is Beauty and the Soul. Here's what's happening today. Monica McDowell-Elvick and I will be presiding over the service.
I'm going to do a little bust in here, if that's okay for you, Susan.
Sure.
We have a special birthday today, and it's Monica's birthday, and might everyone be willing to join in and sing a happy birthday to Monica? Can we get everyone unmuted here for just a moment for a happy birthday?
Where do you want to sing happy birthday?
And we'll start it. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Monica. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Monica.
Thank you.
Back to you, Susan.
Thank you, Becca. She always told us it would be very chaotic if we all sang at the same time, and now we understand. And we're fighting on the unmute button here. Okay, Olivia Brownlee is our guest artist this morning. We welcome Olivia back. We have a guest speaker, Imam Jamal Rahman. Oops, I'm muted again. Nope, I'm unmuted. We welcome him back with love and gratitude. Even though he's familiar to us, I'll provide his background for those who don't know him, and I'll do it now so we don't interrupt the flow of the service later. Imam Jamal Rahman is a popular speaker on Islam, Sufi spirituality, and interfaith relations. Along with his interfaith amigos, he has been featured in the New York Times, on CBS News, the BBC, and various NPR programs. Co-founder and Muslim Sufi minister at Interfaith Community Sanctuary and adjunct faculty at Seattle University, he's a former host of Interfaith Talk Radio and travels nationally and internationally presenting at conferences, retreats, and workshops. He's written many books, too long a list for me to mention here. His passion lies in interfaith community building. He remains rooted in his Islamic tradition, but cultivates spaciousness by being open to the beauty and wisdom of other faiths. Since 9/11/2001, Jamal has been collaborating regularly and actively with Rabbi Ted Falcon and Pastor Don McKenzie, affectionately known as the Interfaith Amigos. They travel the country sharing a message of inclusive spirituality. We're so grateful to have you with us this morning. Thank you for speaking to us. Right now, Olivia has a song to open our service. Thank you, Olivia.
My pleasure. Thank you for the introduction. It's really good to be here virtually. It's really weird, church. As a musician, you get your information about where a song is going from who's there and who's singing with you and who's listening. So it's odd to be here and not be able to see you and hear you. But as a musician leading a church service, I am hoping for two things. One, that you will sing in the privacy of your own home. And two of the songs today will have singable lines in them, and I'll teach them to you before I begin. But two, that these songs and other songs get stuck in your head and you sing more and more in the privacy of your own home and then more and more outside the privacy of your own home as a spiritual practice and a release of tension and community building. So this is a song by Jill Scott called I'm Living My Life Like It's Golden. And here's the line that you can sing. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Life like it's golden, living my 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 life like it's golden, golden. You got it? It's okay if you get lost, just keep singing. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, I'm putting it on my chain, I'm wearing it round my neck. I am taking my own freedom, I'm putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go, it's gonna take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Taking my freedom, I'm putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, I'm grooving all day long. I am taking my own freedom, I'm putting it in my stroll, I'll be high-stepping, y'all, I'm gonna let the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life, I am living my life, I am living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, I am holding my freedom, no one can take it from me, I was born into it, it comes naturally, I am striving my own freedom, I'm playing the God in me, reveling in His glory, I hope He's proud of me, I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life, I'm living my life, living my life like it's golden, golden.
Wow. Thank you, Olivia. Living my life like it's golden. So let us turn within. In the awareness of the one life, one mind that lives and breathes us all. God, the source of all abundance, peace, grace, joy, love, and all good. We anchor in the one life, confident that all is well. We allow ourselves to be lifted in consciousness, knowing that there is no separate, no other. We are the one love. I give thanks for the technology that allows this gathering of this spiritual community. I give thanks for the music, the message, and for the people who are gathered in this virtual space. I open this service with a grateful heart and let it unfold, knowing that we are open and receive this message. I call it good and very good, and so it is. Amen. On the screen is our affirmation for today. I'll give you a few moments to read it silently, then we'll read it together. Please join me in declaring the truth for us. I look for and I find beauty everywhere as I am led to ever greater expressions of my creative self. I am a conscious creator of beauty, and I delight in every moment of my life, and so it is.
Here's the line you can sing on this one. You know just how to find me. I'll sing a line in between, then you go, you know just how to find me. Goes like this. In parts of the map where you can't drop a pin, things I wouldn't dare touch till they've taken me in. You know just how to find me. Can't see the crest 'cause the path is too steep. So hot I can't breathe and so cold I can't sleep. You know just how to find me. Down dry summer roads even farmers forgot, through forests of mustard trees thick as a plot. You know just how to find me. I don't know where it sits, only that it's remote and as pure and cliche as a Robert Frost quote. You know just how to find me. I know what I have and I have what I need. There's no one to follow and no one to lead. The easier path is the less precious one, and I won't ever go back the way I have come. You know just how to find me. I would carry less food just to make better time. I might risk my own life to escape my own mind. You know just how to find me. I will tear through the veil that covers my face and leave the groom weeping and frozen in place. And you know just how to find me. I know what I need and I need what I have. I'm a whiz at directionless maverick nav. The easier path is the less precious one, and I don't ever go back the way I have come. Well, you know just how to find me. I have walked through the night just to watch the sunrise, where the one source of light is the moon in your eyes. You know just how to find me. That sensation of knowing what's cheap and what's real, where I cannot imagine the way I might feel. You know just how to find me.
Thank you so much for that beautiful music, Sister Olivia. I'm so grateful that we have this cyberspace possibility to connect, although it's at a very sad time. So just a few seconds of focusing on our hearts and sending out light and love to Marla's mother, who's making her journey with those glorious angels soaring in heaven. Just a few seconds. Thank you, my friends. So the topic today is beauty and the soul. And you know, in the East, they say that there's a very beautiful sight, the sight of swans when they fly over a lake. The reflection really touches the heart. It's beautiful. And why is it so beautiful? It's really because the swans who are flying over, they have no self-consciousness. And the waters, they have no attachment. So in a sense, that is a definition of beauty, that innocence, that capacity to be authentic, to be present. Here's another story from the East where a monk is traveling and there's a sort of ruins of a wall, and he sees a very small, beautiful flower, and he tells the flower, "Oh, flower, how beautiful you are." And the flower blushes. And it's a lovelier, it's more beautiful because it's not self-conscious. Because as the monk travels further, goes by a lake, and there is a beautiful lotus flower that spreads its flowers out and says, "Oh, monk, admire my beauty, but send praise to the spirit, to the divinity, to the source who has given me this beauty." So you see, that's very beautiful, but it's marred, soiled by not being authentic, innocent, vulnerable, not by being present. So just pause for a few moments, ask yourself, what does beauty mean to me? How do I know this is beauty? Rumi would say, well, if it splashes in your heart, that's beauty. So from a spiritual perspective, the need to be authentic, the need to be present, the need to be vulnerable. So I repeated this story at Unity of Bellevue, where I remember not too long ago, a few years ago, I was a spiritual companion with a friend who was passing away in hospice. I used to visit her quite often. And one day she held my hand and said, "Jamal, thank you so much for your chanting, for your insights from the different wisdom traditions, poetry of Rumi. But I would like you just to be present." I said, "Please tell me more." And she said, "Jamal, if you feel awkward, feel that awkwardness. Your awkwardness is so healing to me. If you feel speechless, be speechless. That is healing to me. If you want to cry, just cry. That is healing to me." So in that moment, those were very beautiful moments for me, because I got a very experiential, partial sense of what it means to immerse myself in the beauty of being in the present moment. I understood what Rumi always says. Rumi says, please remove all those masks you wear in the course of your day, in the course of your week, in the course of your life. Remove those masks, because your real face, if only you knew, is so beautiful. So let's just be with that for a few seconds. Am I presenting my authentic, real face to the world? Because that really is so beautiful. That reflects my soul. There's a wonderful verse from the Quran that says, Allah has made faith dear to you, and He has made it beautiful within your hearts. So the soul, the great sages say, it asks us to really build faith. A quick story, a very classic story, you might have heard it, where it's all allegorical. A person is making a journey and is able to cross mountains, forests, but now comes to a body of water. It's too long, it's too far, it's too deep. He needs help. He can't cross that river. But he looks around, he sees some bamboo poles, some jute twinings. He makes a little raft. He gets on the raft and he crosses that body of water. But having gone to the other side, he picks up that raft and puts it on his head or shoulders and proceeds on his journey. And the caption is, "And how burdensome his journey has become." Not able to let go. It requires, what the sages say, it requires faith. Why would that person let go of that raft? Because there could be another river up ahead and maybe no bamboo poles. So I need faith. My soul is begging me, have that faith, but authentic faith. See, the Quran says there are 3 stages of faith. The one is hearsay. That's not real faith. Yes, it is the first stage of faith, be conscious of God. But what does that mean? The second stage is called Ainul Yaqeen. Live it, explore it. Live what it means to be conscious of God, meaning exercise truthfulness, patience, forgiveness, compassion, love in your life. And when you do that, the third stage is from within, from your experience in life, you'll begin to experience what Rumi calls, in fact, Hafiz calls, the glow of presence. You will experience, have a connection with this vibration, the glow of presence. Your faith becomes stronger, more beautiful within you. Rumi also says, for some, it feels like a falcon has landed on your shoulder. You feel something. He also says, you become conscious, you become aware of an invisible hand that moves around our bird cages. You become conscious of an invisible hand that moves around our bird cages. Okay, just be with that. Do I have faith? But I have to grow it. It has to emerge from within me. Okay, what else does the soul love? You know, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, if kindness was a thing of the created world, there's nothing in the world that could be more beautiful than that. And this is something I've talked about at Unity several times. A Bedouin asked the Prophet Muhammad, what is the secret to life? How can I make it fulfilling, beautiful? And Prophet Muhammad said, this is the secret. Be compassionate with yourself and be compassionate with others. That's the key. So as you know, sages, they explain the majesty, the beauty of this divine vibration, compassion, by using the metaphor of water. There's nothing as soft and yielding as water is, yet for overcoming the hardest, there's nothing as powerful as water is, meaning the person who is gentle, merciful, is possessed of raw, authentic strength. Then wherever water falls, life flourishes, meaning the person who is compassionate is life bestowing, life affirming. I think you know this. So how can I practice compassion that feeds, nourishes my soul? There are many, many things we have to do, but one key point is our soul becomes nurtured, nourished, if we embrace not only our 10,000 joys of life, but also our 10,000 sorrows of life, our difficult feelings, biases, prejudices, my anger, my sadness. It's okay. Be compassionate with yourself. Brother Jamal, it's okay. These are just energies begging my attention. Can I acknowledge them? Can I envelop them? Can I embrace them with compassion for myself? Because if I do, and I stay with it, it becomes healed. It becomes transformed. Anger becomes inner enthusiasm. Fear becomes mindfulness. My sadness becomes a capacity for a greater empathy for others. Something which is quite well known and repeated often. Carl Jung, he would say, would you once in your life have the grace and the courage to kiss the demons and dragons within you? That is how they transform into a prince or princess. Okay, so just be with that. Ask yourself, Am I feeding my soul? Am I honoring my soul by being gentle and compassionate with myself and with others? Because this is raw, authentic strength and it's life bestowing. Okay, what else does the soul love? The soul loves to become aware, for us to become aware of and to practice oneness. The Quran says, every so where you turn is the face of Allah. You're called unity. It's all one. But do I really understand that? You know, I love this Buddhist story of this monk out in the open giving a sermon, hundreds of disciples seated under trees. And as the monk is about to give the sermon, it so happens a bird in the tree begins to chirp. And everybody becomes very quiet, listening to the bird singing. And when the bird stops singing, the monk says, the sermon has been delivered. And he ends his sermon. We're all interconnected. But now what is important is the soul wants us to realize, do I really believe that? My adversary, one who I don't like at all, is that also the face of Allah, the face of Jesus, the face of God, the face of Buddha? Yes. So how do I manage that? Well, I'm against that person's behavior, not against that person's being or essence. The behavior might be terrible, unacceptable, but the person's being is Christ nature, Buddha nature, Elohim nature. And if I can just keep that differentiation in my mind, it has the power to shift heaven and earth. So that's why this wonderful mystic Kabir says, you know, when you meet an adversary, do what is right, protect yourself, don't allow yourself to be abused, but I beg you, as you take the right action, do not leave this person's essence out of your heart. This has the power to shift heaven and earth. Something we have talked about in the past, but do I practice it? Because this is what really reflects the beauty of my soul. An enemy is someone whose story I have not really listened to. You know, Noam Chomsky says, if I don't really listen to those whom I despise, I don't really believe in freedom of speech. Okay, in Islamic spirituality, in Sufism, the question always is discussed, so is the devil, Satan, or whatever your belief system is, also the face of Allah? Because if you're all one, everywhere you turn is the face of Allah. Is it also part of our unity? And the great masters say, yes, it is the face of Allah. So the devil is the face of Allah, yet God does not approve of the devil. And by the way, we need the devil to help us build our spiritual muscles. What Rumi says, to awaken our power of choices, so we take the right action. God turns you from one feeling to another, so you might have two wings to fly, not one. So what does it mean that the devil is the face of Allah, and yet Allah does not approve of the devil? So Rumi gives an example. He says, you know, for example, a medical doctor needs for his or her patients to fall ill, for the practice to flourish, but the doctor does not approve of people falling ill. A baker, for his or her livelihood, needs people to be hungry, but does not approve of them starving. There's a great mystery here. Let's just be with that for a few moments. Can I take it to heart? It's all one. The Quran says, animals are communities like your own. Great Sufi masters say, we don't really believe that. We don't practice that. Yes, we might have pets. But Jamal, have you ever visited a slaughterhouse? Or do you avoid that? I do. You just go to the market and buy a beautiful package of meat. So the Sufi masters say, actually, we commit a lot of violence and justify it and turn a blind eye to what is happening. And so they would say, the contemporary Sufi masters say, we don't have that consciousness to make the change radically. But the truth is, we're causing a lot of violence. And you will know this, I will know this. And I've started the process of visiting slaughterhouses and beginning to realize, are animals communities like your own? And you have to make your own choices. But the good news is there are a lot of foundations working on, besides plant sources to give the same taste of meat, they're actually culturing the cells of animals to produce meat, real meat, so we can taste the real meat, because we have all been conditioned. Anyhow, just to be with that, that requires high consciousness. I'm not there yet at all. I've stopped eating beef, but I can't stop eating chicken. That's my conditioned learning, little by little. God is very compassionate. The soul is also very compassionate. Okay, so what else does the soul really love? Nature. There's something about nature which in a way reflects the greatest perfection, the Quran says actually. Sufis say the most holy of holy books is actually nature. Comes closest to perfection. So there's this classic story of the mullah who is pondering on this Quranic verse. Really? There are no flaws in nature? It can't be. So he's leaning against a mulberry tree, which has very tiny berries. And he's looking up ahead, and in the distance he sees on the ground these very flimsy creepers with huge watermelons. And he says, oh my God, I just realized something. I just come to become aware of this very critical point. Forgive me for being critical, but we can both benefit from criticism. God, there's something wrong in your feng shui of creation. I look out there, those flimsy creepers and huge watermelons. And here you have this huge tree I'm lying under with the tiniest of berries. There's something not right in your feng shui of cosmic design. And he's very pleased. He has given a very valid criticism. And then suddenly, as some of you know the story, one little berry from the branch breaks from the branch and lands on his head. And he is graced by a higher awareness. Oh my God, what if that had been a watermelon? He says, no, God, it's okay. I see that, there is no flaw here. So let me think of some other things. So we know that we have abused nature. We have exploited nature, plundered nature. I mean, I don't want to go into that, but our soul would say, all the great Sufi masters say, please do something about that. Can I change my lifestyle, my understanding about life, that my success, my fulfillment does not depend on more acquisition, more hoarding of material goods, but really in the simple joys of life. Compassion, forgiveness, children, sunsets, music. But most of all, the question is always asked, as you make these changes in your lifestyle, in methods of production, what else can I do? What more should we be doing? So in our community, we say it is most soulful to do some practices. So for example, me, my family, our community, daily we ask for forgiveness from nature. Please forgive us for how we have abused you. And as often as we can remember, we send out light and love to trees, to plants, to animals, to stones. And, one might say, big deal, asking for forgiveness, but actually it is a very big deal, because I know from my own practice, when I meet people who have been abused, if just one person, if one of us just says, please forgive us, please forgive me, it is so healing, so deeply healing. The second thing we practice is, get involved in some beautiful works that so many wonderful groups and organizations are doing. So for example, we in our community, we get involved in planting trees. I think you do that too. Or if you can't do that, at least donate some money to those who do this wonderful work. But the most important thing Sufi masters say is, if you really want to stop this exploitation of nature, develop a genuine, authentic love and respect for nature. Spend time in nature, but also become aware that nature can provide us with every possible learning. So for example, I do interfaith work. If I look at a tree, Rumi says, look at a tree, meditate on the tree. You'll understand how beautiful diversity is. The branches of the tree, they sway differently in the wind, but they're all connected at the roots. Exclusivity. My religion is better than yours. How do I overcome that? Look at nature. The Sufi masters say, all the rivers, they flow into the ocean. Jamal, you might be following one river, but please don't mistake the river for the ocean. Rumi said he learned so much about unconditional love by just meditating on a blade of grass. So his poetry is, grass agrees to die. Grass agrees to die and rise up again so it can receive a little of the animal's enthusiasm. Anyhow, so by learning from nature, we'll have a genuine love and reverence for nature, and this will reflect what the soul wants us to do. Prophet Muhammad said, the earth is like your mother. Please honor her, protect her. Okay, my friends, I had just a few more minutes. I want to say two things. One is, spiritual practices really nourish the soul. Silence, we all know that. We practice silence today. The metaphor I love best is, we are like fish out of water, thrashing and quivering on the banks. How desperately we need from time to time to enter those waters of silence and experience the glow of presence. There is gratitude. For so many decades, Rumi says, for so many decades, I've been so forgetful, but never has this flowing towards me stopped or slowed down. Can I be grateful? So like many Sufis, I always touch my heart as often as I can, particularly to express gratitude for things small, medium, or big. Thank you, thank you. And a constant prayer, my constant prayer is, oh God, favor upon favor have you bestowed upon this handful of dust. Thank you so much. This really feeds the soul if I'm grateful. Because the Quran says, if you really know, if you knew, everything in the heavens and the earth is continuously praising God and thanking God. When I praise God and thank God, I become holy. My vibrations become exalted. And let's not forget laughter. This is where the poet Hafiz reminds us, such a beautiful practice, just to laugh as often as you can. A day when you have not laughed is a wasted day. So what is Hafiz's poetry? He says, what is this love and laughter bubbling up from within me? What is this love and laughter bubbling up from within me? Listen to my answer. It's the sound of a soul waking up. The last point, my friends, I want to tell you is, for me, the most beautiful practice that has fed my soul is a practice I've learned since childhood, where my parents and my other teachers, they would give me a sacred verse to meditate on, and they would couple that with a piece of poetry or a teaching story and ask me to just ponder on that for days, weeks, sometimes months. Because in that practice, as you meditate on this sacred verse, which is coupled with poetry or a teaching story, insights begin to arise. And as you begin to live them, it creates structural shifts within. That's why I love this saying, which is a part of this practice. If you do this, the consequence is this of the shifts within. Once the blush of the beloved graces you, there's no going back to becoming a green apple. So just to give you an example. When I was sort of at a loss, what career should I be doing? So my father gave me this one Quranic verse: seeking only the face of thy Lord, that is what will give you peace of mind. In fact, I wrote it down here. Yeah, seeking only the face of thy Lord Most High, that will give you peace of mind. And then that was coupled with a verse from Rumi that said, any business that veils me from the sight of your face, any business that veils me from the sight of your face is the essence of unemployment, even though business is its name. So that didn't make too much sense to me when it was first given to me, but after many years, when I had some trouble about deciding, I looked at the verse, those two verses again, and something splashed in me, and that's why I am here where I am today, by following the reflections and the insights I received from those two verses. So another one I remember, I was told, always pray late at night or early morning. The Quranic verse is, pray in the small watches of the night. But you know, getting up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning is very inconvenient, till I read also the other verse which was coupled with that, which was given to me by my teacher. And that verse said, no one knows what makes the soul wake up so happy at dawn. No one knows what makes the soul wake up so happy. Just maybe a dawn breeze has blown the veil away from the face of God. And just that verse, coupled with pray in the small watches of the night, it allowed me to overcome my laziness. There's another verse in the Quran that says, God is beautiful, and God loves those who do what is beautiful. Now, based on that, Rumi wrote, he actually never wrote, he uttered, and this was given to me also, coupling with that. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. That's a very common one that is used. Okay, bringing it to an end, let me just end with this one. I'll dedicate this to Marla's mother. The Quran says, to God we belong and to God we are returning. The Quran says, O serene soul, return to your Lord, pleased and pleasing in his sight. Join my righteous servants and enter paradise. And what is the poetry coupled with that? By Rumi. How marvelous was the way you quit the world. How marvelous was the way you quit the world, the way you ruffled your feathers and breaking free of your cage, you took off for your soul's world. A love-sick nightingale among owls. A love-sick nightingale among owls. You caught the scent of roses and you flew to the rose garden. So my friends, just be with that. And I want to thank you so much for listening to me. And I pray from the depths of my heart that your entire life becomes blessed with beauty and love and joy. Thank you so much.
Brown with sun, black with earth, mellow as a star, love and things give some worth. Just like they are what you got. What's the dream? A parachute away, sweet as cool orange cream on a midsummer's day, on a midsummer's day. Red with pain, green with age, warm as mama's toast, yellowing like a page in the book you love most, in the book you love most. She doesn't wonder why everything under the sun and the moon is just running asunder, 'cause nothing is tortured that grows in her orchard, a haven from hell's near and far. She can't be bothered with many things other than what to believe in as surrogate mother. I'm stuck in the skirmish, a whirling dervish, but nothing has stumped her so far. Pink with love, got the blues for all humanity, purpling like a bruise on everyone's knee. Brown with sun, black with earth, mellow as a star, love and things give some worth. Just like they are, just like they are, just like they are.
Good morning. Well, here I am in Kent, and you're all over the Puget Sound and beyond. Jamal, thank you so much for blessing us this morning. You touched my heart, and I know there's been other comments about your message being so important this morning. Olivia, thank you for the beautiful music, and our Monica and Susan for handling the service during the times when we're dealing with the loss of a family member for Reverend Marla. So this is a time when we give of our love offerings and tithes. We bless Unity of Bellevue with our financial gifts so we can continue blessing the world. Pardon me. We know that when we give, it creates a ripple effect that spreads out in the universe. And with that in mind, join me in our offering affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you.
In gratitude for all the divine blessings in our lives and for our community, we bless these tithes and offerings. We bless the beautiful hearts and souls of those who have given time and talent and dollars. We know and affirm that these tithes and offerings will go forth and do a mighty work in and through us to help people transform and awaken to divine beauty and divine love for the highest and best of all. With open hearts, we give thanks, and so it is. Welcome, everyone. My name is Monica McDowell Elvig. I am your center administrator. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes and for your beautiful birthday song. That was good for my heart, so thank you. If you are visiting with us, we are so glad you are here. We see the beauty in you and we want to walk with you in beauty. So reach out to us, sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. You can do that on our website, unityofbellevue.org. At the bottom of every page is a sign-up form for that weekly e-newsletter. That'll keep you up to date on all of our events. And you can also reach out to us via email or phone or social media. We'd love to hear from you. We have a lot of online offerings right now during our time of our pandemic staycation. And so I'm going to tell you about a few of them. First of all, we have some online summer classes that are happening. Reverend Marla will be teaching practical spirituality on Tuesday afternoons. That starts on June 23rd. She will also be teaching East Meets West. That will be happening on Wednesday evenings at 6:30, starting on June 24th. I will be teaching an EFT, that's acupressure for the emotions for anxiety, on July 14th, a Tuesday workshop. And I'll also be doing some breathwork practice groups starting on June 30th. You can find out all of the information on our unityofbellevue.org/events and go to our classes and workshop page. You can get more information. You can also click the links there to register. The links are also on our weekly e-newsletter. We also have a Wednesday Community Connect every week at 1 p.m. We're informally checking in with each other to help us stay focused on our spiritual practices and principles. The Zoom link for that is on our website, on our launch page. You can get that by just going to unityofbellevue.org/launch, or by clicking that button at the top of every screen that says Sunday and online gatherings. We'd love to see you this Wednesday at 1 p.m. There's also an online discussion group for A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle on Thursday evenings at 7:30. This is a drop-in book discussion. You are welcome anytime, and a love offering is gratefully received for that. The Zoom link for that is also on our launch page. This week, there is no Unity Kids. Today, we will not have Unity Kids. Sabrina is studying for finals. She has requested that I remind everyone, especially the kids, that if you have pictures or videos of your father that you would like to have included for next Sunday's Father's Day special, to send them to her. Her email is sabrina.m@unityofbellevue.org. Now, it's mainly for kids, but the adults are welcome to do that too. Our sacred service is continuing. If you're continuing to clean out your house, just email me and we can work out a drop-off at the church for all of your used items that will eventually be exchanged for dollars at Value Village. Our book of the month, Beauty and the Soul by Piero Ferrucci, is available. You can purchase that through our website under Events, Book of the Month. I am happy to send that to you for $20. That includes the price and shipping. And that's a great way for you to support our bookstore and our community at this time, and for us all to be reading and being on the same page together. Thank you very much. Just stay tuned for a few more announcements. We're going to do something special today. We're going to be singing the peace song. It's going to be a little bit like the birthday song, a little bit of chaos. I'm going to unmute you all. But Becca recorded a video leading us in that. So look forward to that in just a minute. And we just want to give a big thank you to everyone who is helping out today. Imam Jamal, Brother Jamal, thank you so much for your beautiful, heartful message, helping us to focus on beauty during this time in all of the ways that it shows up. For Olivia, for your beautiful, heartful music. We are so glad you are with us virtually, and it's good to see your face. Susan, for helping to lead service. Rita, for our board host of the day. Lynn, for our meditation service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Becca, of course, for all of our music directing. If you came in late, Reverend Marla's mother made her transition yesterday early in the morning, so we continue to hold her and her family in our hearts and in our prayers. I'm going to close us now with a prayer for protection. Please join me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed week.